here, fact-oids, is your boy. Lex Smile here, alongside with Danielle. How you doing today, Danielle?
Good.
Got a special treat for you all. We're going to be talking about our Laserdisc collection, because we hardly see people talking about what they have in their Laserdisc collection, right?
Yeah.
Before we start, Danielle, please tell us what got you into collecting Laserdiscs.
Well, I mean, I was a kid in the 90s, right? So I remember when Laserdiscs were a thing, and they had them at Blockbuster, and I remember, like, you know, they had, like, the big cart at school that had a Laserdisc player on it that the teacher couldn't operate, and I remember that they were expensive. And they were super expensive. So I was out one day thrifting, and I came across a Pioneer Laserdisc player. Now, it's a karaoke Laserdisc player, but it's one of the better ones because it's got digital audio output and a couple other features on it. So it's a nice player. And I got it for $10, and all it needed was a new belt for the tray mechanism.
$10?
$10. Yeah, they didn't know what it was or didn't care. If you go on Shop Goodwill or eBay or something, Laserdisc players go for 10 times that. So
yeah, good thing you found that for $10.
Yeah, it was a good find. So then I started looking for Laserdiscs, and turns out that Half Price Books recently started taking them and selling them. So we have quite a few.
Yeah, so as you can see, like, Danielle has a big collection of Laserdiscs, but these are the highlights that she personally picked, because it will take us like 2 hours to go through her collection.
I've got a lot.
So, before we start, we was at Half Price Books. She saw Highlander 2, The Quickening, but I told her that's the Renegade version because they took out the Zeist thing.
Yeah.
Because people did
like it's the only reason I like the Highlander is the ridiculous sci-fi storyline in the second one.
Yeah, but without further ado, here we go.
Alright. So, Forbidden Planet Widescreen CAV. CAV means constant angular velocity, and it's like the difference between long play and short play on a VHS tape. CAV means that the picture looks better at the sacrifice of size. So this actually takes 2 discs for the whole movie, but the picture looks a lot better. So, and then one thing I really liked is they're big. Laserdiscs are big, and there's usually really good art on them. So you get a lot in a Laserdisc.
Yeah, you do. I do like the art on Laserdiscs. Next.
Monty Python, the Holy Grail.
Of course, it's Monty Python.
They stopped making Laserdiscs about, I think The Matrix is one of the last commercial releases. Now, if you want a copy of The Matrix, be prepared to shell out about $200 because that's a super rare disc to get a hold of. But you would be surprised at what you can find on Laserdiscs. It was big in Japan, and there's a lot of anime on it. And in fact, this one's special because I got this disc on our first date.
Yeah, because we went to Half Price Books in Duncanville when I was living in Duncanville with my mother for a while. On our first day, we went to Half Price Books in Duncanville, and I was like, what? You found Robotech?
They had the first 5 Robotech discs there for $10 a piece, so I grabbed them all.
I was her lucky charm.
Barbarella, widescreen. This is another thing about Laserdiscs that set them apart for a long time is if you wanted the widescreen theatrical release of something without the sides cut off for TV, then Laserdisc was the only way to get it. Because they didn't make, well, they made widescreen VHS tapes toward the end of VHS's life, but they did that by letterboxing it in. So yeah, this is the only way to get the real deal in some movies.
Wait, you like Barbarella?
Weird old 60s sci-fi?
Well, when I first saw it, I thought I was like, am I watching a softcore, you know what?
Like, it was the 60s. Some things I have in my Laserdisc collection because they're weird.
And we like weird movies because, hey, I like the Nothing But Trouble starring Dan Aykroyd and Chevy Chase.
Or this, Mars Attacks.
This movie had an all-star cast, and I'm surprised that people hardly remember this movie.
It's a great movie.
Yeah, and on the first attack on Mars, they killed Michael J. Fox's character. I was like, oh.
One of my personal favorite movies, Fifth Element.
Danielle, I think that's everybody's personal favorite, The Fifth Element.
I don't think so.
No, people like.
No, I think Marvel movies. I think people only like Marvel movies now.
Yeah.
What I was saying earlier about only being able to get some versions of a movie. For a while, this was the only way to get the complete, unmessed up version of Blade Runner. Was on Laserdisc.
Well,
the same was true for Star Wars. There was, right before the computer animated assisted version of the original 3 Star Wars movies came out, there was a version with extra footage from the reels made that was remastered but not anything added to except extra real person footage. And that was only available on Laserdisc for quite a while, until the DVDs came out. Now the DVDs are super expensive because, really, who wants the computer animated garbage in there?
Yeah, so, in other words, if you want to experience the raw footage of Blade Runner, get it on Laserdisc.
And then, big boxes. So, these things are huge and have more than just the discs in them. It's got the disc, but then it's got like an art book, and other stuff back here. Yeah, this is Disney did a lot of these, and they're not hard to find, but they are quite collectible because you get like all this extra stuff with them and everything. So if you're a fan of, you know, back when Disney actually animated things, these are great to find.
Yeah, and we found the Lion King version of this, right?
Yeah, I've got the Lion King big box.
And that was a good find too, because Masterpiece editions are worth getting.
Yeah, definitely. If you can get a hold of them for a good price. Speaking of good price, if you want to know what a good price for one is, there's a site called LDDB, Laserdisc Database. Definitely go there and take a look, because as these things get more popular, people will start cranking up the price to eBay prices, and you should start checking to see if you're actually getting a good deal or not.
Yeah, and the link will be below in the comments section.
And one last big box, the Brazil big box. One of my favorite Terry Gilliam movies. It will absolutely rip you apart on the inside watching it, but it's great, and finding the big box is just awesome.
Okay, well, tell people why this movie will rip you apart.
It's one of the most soul-crushing movies I've ever watched, and I've only watched it twice.
Oh, speaking of soul-crushing, when we finally started dating for a good while, we watched Blade Runner, the Blade Runner sequel, and that crushed us too.
It was,
oh my!
For a lot of reasons.
Yeah, and I'm like, ooh, like that is one movie you need to watch just once.
Yeah.
Just like Rivers of Fireflies. My friend Halo will hate watching it because it always tears her apart. Like, well, yeah. So if you like what you see, please, please, please click that notification bell so you can see other stuff that we like to collect. And I hope you all enjoyed this new video of the Lex Factor Show with my beautiful fiance. Yeah. And until this day, I still watch Robotech because our first date. Until then, this is your boy Lex Noel alongside with Danielle. Wish you a good afternoon. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And keep going to the movies. Or not. Or wait till it comes out on Blu-ray or DVD or something.